Athletes, welcome back to our hand release test progression. Now, if you guys haven't done the test, I politely request that you find some time to go back and do the first video so you can get numbers. If not, we got suggested amounts for you that you can hop in immediately. But we got Ethan, we got Clara, we are ready to get an upper body pump with you and get better at hand release push-ups, the nemesis of so many people. Get ready, you got your warm-up coming up next. Athletes, your warm-up's here. We've got 10 seconds on the clock. So let's go ahead and lay down on the floor. We're gonna get those shoulders nice and warmed up. 3, 2, 1, hands on your lower back. We're gonna go ahead and rotate out, not touching the floor, and then back to our lower back. I want you to really fight for your range of motion here. This can be a really, really difficult one to do. When we go through, we're looking at doing about 6 to 7 reps here, and we're just getting those shoulders warmed up because we have a lot of pushing that we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna have our athletes go one more rep, and then our next piece that we're gonna do is, and this one's gonna be tough, we're gonna take our hands and put them towards our upper back like we're holding on to a barbell for a back squat. From here, we're gonna take those hands and we're gonna extend overhead into a press. So if you were standing, you're thinking about doing a behind the neck press with a barbell or a PVC pipe. I gotta have you really, really fight those hands off the ground and make sure that we're not making contact with the floor. And I know that this is tough. If you guys have a PVC pipe that you wanna grab and use during this warm-up piece, you most definitely can. But we're gonna get 2 to 3 more reps here, getting all the way up and reaching, and then bringing them back down. I'm gonna have our athletes do one more rep, and then we are standing up. Now what we're gonna do next is that we are going to go into our single arm circles. So there is no momentum behind this. You're reaching as far as you possibly can through that range of motion, trying to reach the far wall, the floor, the back wall, and the ceiling, trying to get all the way through those corners that have cobwebs in it and your range of motion for your shoulder joint you normally don't get to. So let's try to find those spots. Let's go opposite direction here. And I'm gonna challenge Clara too, so she's not turning into that reach too much. She's gonna keep her body stable and reach. How serious she looks right now. There we go. I can always get a smile out of it. Ethan's always smiling. Next one, let's switch to our other side, and I want you to go one direction with those arms. We're gonna go nice and easy on the speed. I just want you to reach those corners. So reach for every single inch of range of motion that you have. And let's go opposite direction. So we're gonna reach. We're gonna go 2 more rotations through this one. And then I'm gonna have athletes get down on the floor for me. So let's get down on the floor and we are gonna go into that hand release push-up position. Claire's gonna be doing her push-ups in the workout on a box, but I'm gonna let her do knee push-ups during the warm-up. What we're gonna do right now is go ahead and press for me. You're gonna go down to the floor, lift those hands off the ground, and then back up into your push-up. And let's just hit 3 to 4 reps here. I'm just making sure the shoulders feel good. We're getting our chest warmed up. We're gonna hit 1 more rep, and then we're gonna stand back up. And then we're gonna take those arms and we're going our baby circles out to the side. So you got that baby bird motion of trying to fly out of the nest. And then we're gonna go bigger circles for me, and bigger circles for me. And the biggest circles you got. And relax, back out to the sides. Let's go baby circles in the opposite direction now. Medium circles, medium big circles, biggest circles you got. And go a little bit bigger than that. And relax, hands go in front of your body right now. And then we are going opposite direction, opposite arm. So right now, opposite hand, opposite direction. Don't think about it too much. You're gonna get better at handstand push-up, hand release push-ups, and better at this movement as well. Go ahead and relax. Let's put our hands back in front of us, and now it's opposite direction, opposite arm. So we're gonna go opposite direction, opposite arm. Don't think about it too much. You'll have one direction that works, the other direction that doesn't. Or you'll just start doing a standing butterfly stroke like Claire's doing right now. But hey, we're getting warmed up. We're having a good time doing it. Hop back down on the floor for me. And now what I want you to do is we're gonna go back into those hand release push-ups, but I want you to go at speed for the workout. So let's go ahead and hit 5 reps and go. And we're going quick here. I need you to make sure that we're maintaining good posture all the way through that push-up, getting hands cleared from the floor, and that is it. We are done. A quick warm-up. because we got your workout coming your way, and we are gonna be getting better at those hand release push-ups. If you need to set up your box, go ahead and set up the same variation that you had during our test workout so that we can replicate those same results and get better at that. But we got your workout coming your way. Get ready, get set, fitness is now. Athletes, welcome back. Now we are on progression 1 of our hand release push-up workout we're doing our tests and a retest. Now, if you guys did the testing portion for us, you should have a max rep number that you established during that test. We're gonna be basing our volume of our sets off of that. So in our first round of 3, we've got 20% of what our max volume was. So you need to figure that number out right now. Then after that, we're going into 2 rounds at 25% of what that max number was. And then we've got a final set of 1 at 30%. And then we have a final set of max reps in 30 seconds. Now, it's going to be a little bit different than what we've got programmed on the website, because to keep our athletes on the same clock, we are going to be doing our sets every minute on the minute, with the exception of that last one when we have a minute of rest. But if you follow along with us, I can tell you what you need to do. Now, if you didn't have time to test, it's okay, because as always, we got your back. For your 20%, you're going to be doing 4 reps. For your 25% sets, you're going to be doing 7 reps. And then for your 30%, you're going to be doing 10 reps. So your reps are 4, 7, and 10. Our athletes have their own numbers established, so they're going to be doing their thing. We got Clara doing her elevated version, and then we've got Ethan doing his hand release version on the floor. If you are doing the elevated version, there's no hand release here. So don't try to do anything fancy. Just keep a nice solid plank position for me. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this workout. We got 10 seconds on the clock, so let's get to our push-up positions, and we are starting with our 20%. If you don't have that number, you're doing 4 reps right now. In 3, 2, 1, go! Now, our athletes have established their own numbers, so what they're going to do is that I'm going to have them work through this. And for timing's sake, the way this is programmed is when you get done, you should be resting a true 30 seconds here. But what I'm going to do for our athletes, so that it's less confusing and we have a nice friendly competition between Clara and Ethan, we are going to be starting our next set after we go through 30 seconds of rest, starting now. So we're going, no, not yet, Clara. I know, she's ready to go. So again, if you guys are working through these hand release push-ups, we're going to be going every minute on the minute, and then for that final set, I'm going to give you a minute of rest before we go into our max set. So just follow along if you're following with us, and I'll tell you exactly what to do. We're doing our next set at our 20% volume in 8 seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, because I'm giving you a little bit of extra rest time, I'm expecting perfect reps here. I'm giving you that time so that we can stay consistent. We keep a measurable pace each time, but I need to see a nice solid plank position from your heels to your shoulders. These reps don't have to be tempo, meaning I'm not asking you to go down for a certain amount of time, but I do want them controlled all the way through. There's no bouncing off the floor on this. I want to make sure that if we're going down, imagine that you're doing push-ups on stained glass. And if you come down too hard, you're going to break that work of art. And nobody wants that, all right? So we've got 25 seconds, and then we're gonna go into our 3rd round of our 20%, and then after that, we're gonna bump up that percentage. If you guys are working without test numbers, then you're still doing your sets of 4 right now. I'll tell you when you're gonna increase to your next volume. We're going in 10 seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1, go. This is your last set at your 20% volume. So again, we're looking at nice solid form here, breathing out as we press. Take a nice deep breath in at the top of your rep. And then you get to rest until we get to the 3-minute mark. At the 3-minute mark, now we are increasing our volume, and we're going to 25%. So if you don't have your pre-test numbers, your 25% number right now is going to be 7 reps. We have 2 rounds at this 25%, and I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you. Just listen to me. I've never steered you wrong. I'm not gonna start today, so just stick with us. We'll get you all the way through this. We got 20 seconds, and then we're going into our increased volume now, 25% of whatever that pre-test number was. You've got 10 seconds, and we are getting down into the position because we're starting in 5, and 3, 2, 1, go. We are at 25% volume now. If you don't have pretest numbers, you are giving me 7 reps. I want you to do these sets unbroken, so there's no resting during this. I'm giving you plenty of rest time after we get done with our sets. Claire and Ethan both have their own numbers established from their pretest period. So when you get done with this, now the volume's starting to creep in a little bit. You're feeling that pump get into your triceps, in your chest, in your shoulders. So use this time wisely because that rest time is gonna be going fast. So shake your arms out. You can do your arm circles. You can practice your opposite direction, opposite arm swing that we just can't get the hang of because it's so difficult to do. We got 20 seconds and then we're gonna go back into our 25% volume. This is our final set at 25% and then we're bumping it up again. You got 10 seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Again, the name of the game here is quality, so don't let yourself start to arch out. I need you to make sure that from our shoulders to our heels, we're keeping a nice solid, not necessarily a hollow position, but I gotta keep that core activated the entire time. Now, that is it for our 25%. We got one set coming up at 30%. If you don't have your pretest numbers, you are going to be doing one set of 10 of the most perfect hand release push-ups or elevated push-ups you have ever done in your entire life. When we get done with that set, we're gonna take a minute rest and then we're gonna go into max reps for 30 seconds. So this is all just the appetizer before we get to the main course is what it is. So athletes, we've got 10 seconds, and then we are getting into our 30% set in 3, 2, 1, go. Now again here, this is starting to get to one of those places that we might try to speed up because we're getting fatigued. I need you to give me that same quality, that same consistency you've done all the way up to this point. Because like 3 or 4 minutes ago, you were telling me this was easy. Yeah, I heard that. But now it's starting to creep in and you're like, okay, now it's getting serious. We're getting better at push-ups, so we gotta find that consistency and maintain. Now, right now, we are at the 5:30 mark. I'm gonna give you a minute of rest. So whatever you need to do here, you can shake your arms out, you can say your prayers, you can grab water, use the restroom really quick, but I need you back at 6:30 on the clock, and we are gonna go from 6:30 to 7 with max reps. I gotta keep you moving all the way through. The goal is to not stop, to not take any rest. I know you can do it. We are ready to not rest here. We've got 35 seconds on the clock. So again, whatever you gotta do, get yourself prepped because these hand release push-ups are one of those movements that are no joke. You see people who are good at them and you're like, oh, that's easy, I can do it, but then you do it yourself and you're like, this is not easy. I don't know how I got here. But we want to make sure that we are following along with the progression that we've got. Again, if you did not do the pretest, we would love for you to do it because we're basing our numbers on the following weeks off of those numbers we established. And if you didn't establish your pretest, you still got max reps in 3, 2, 1, and go. We have max reps. I need you to count these reps. Make sure that you are not doing these blindly. I gotta get you going through and keeping track because we gotta get these metrics. This is how we are gonna get better. We are going through, we've got 17 seconds on the clock. Keep it going, don't rest. I need you going all the way to the end in 10. Keep going, get these final reps in. We are almost there in 5, and 3, 2, 1, done. That was 7 minutes, and we're already better at hand release push-ups. Great job, athletes. Ethan, great job. Clara, great job. Athletes at home, great job. We are so proud of you for showing up for this first progression that we have from our pretest. We gotta keep you coming back because we are gonna be monsters at hand release push-ups by the end of this progression. Make sure you stick around. You got your cool down coming up next. Athletes, thank you again for joining us for this first progression. We loved having you and we're super excited to see how this goes. We've got your hand release push-up test coming in a few weeks, so make sure that you come back and follow along with us. Ethan and Claire are super pumped to do this because we're gonna be so much better by the end. Now, if this is your first time joining us, I gotta say thank you because we loved having you. And secondly, I gotta tell you, I got a special offer that hopefully makes you keep coming back forever because we got a free month of Mayhem Athlete you can start today at mayhemathletes.com using the code ATHOME. You can start your fitness journey to become a little bit stronger, a little bit better every single day so that you can tackle anything life throws your way or make it all the way to the competition floor. You'll find athletes like Ethan, like Clara, that will encourage you along the way to your fitness journey and make sure that you have a great time all the way along the way. Now, I want you to join us again, so please join Mayhem Athlete. Now, we've got your cool down listed here, so I need you to stick around for a little bit longer and take care of your body because it just took care of you. And as always, be good, be kind, and join us again for another great day of fitness.